After kissing my husband's hand one last time, I walked down the hospital hallway, barely holding it together. I still can't believe what I heard the nurses whisper the day Ben died. She doesn't know, they said, like I was just a footnote in my own husband's story. But they completely miscalculated. A locked hospital room, his missing phone, a text sent after he was declared dead, these weren't coincidences. They were breadcrumbs. And as I followed them into the darkness, I realized the man I married had kept secrets that would shatter everything I believed about our life together. Grief makes most widows retreat. It made me dangerous. My fingers trembled as I reached for Ben's hand. It was so cold, just too cold. The steady beep of the hospital room had fallen silent hours ago, replaced only by the hushed voices of nurses and the occasional squeak of shoes on the linoleum floor. It's time, Mrs. Parker, the doctor said gently, pulling me back to the awful reality. You can say your goodbyes now. I just nodded, unable to form any words. Just 3 days ago, Ben had kissed me goodbye before work, complaining about a headache. By lunchtime, he was in the ER. By evening, he was in a coma. And now, he was gone. A massive stroke at just 35. Can we have a moment alone? I managed to whisper, my voice barely audible. The room cleared, and I sat beside the bed, just studying his face. The lines around his eyes that always appeared when he laughed. The small scar above his eyebrow from a childhood fall. His dark hair, still messy, just like always. Ben, I whispered, I don't know how to do this without you. I brushed my thumb across his knuckles, remembering how those hands had held mine through absolutely everything. College graduation, our wedding, buying our first house. I love you. I've always loved you. I leaned down and pressed my lips to his forehead. Cold. So cold. When I finally stood, my legs threatened to give way. The nurse at the door, Melissa, according to her badge, stepped forward, studying me with a strange intensity. Take your time, Mrs. Parker. I nodded, clutching my purse. Thank you for everything you all did. I walked toward the door, my body moving mechanically while my mind remained trapped in a fog of disbelief. Ben couldn't be gone. Not my Ben. As I entered the corridor, 2 nurses were huddled near the nurses' station, heads bent in conversation. I probably wouldn't have noticed them at all if not for their sudden, abrupt silence as I approached. She still doesn't know, does she? One whispered. No, the other replied, her voice tense. And if she finds out, we're finished. I froze mid-step. They hadn't seen me yet. What didn't I know? What were they hiding? The nurses finally glanced up, their eyes widening when they spotted me. They quickly dispersed, one suddenly very interested in a patient chart, the other hurrying down the hall. I turned back toward Ben's room, but the door was already closed, a sign on it reading, cleaning in progress. No entry. 2 orderlies stood outside, their expressions neutral, but their posture rigid. A third nurse, Tanya, approached me, her hand gentle on my elbow. Mrs. Parker, you should go home. You've been through enough. There was kindness in her voice, but something else too. Urgency, maybe, like she was ushering me away. Can I see his chart? I asked, surprising myself with the question. I want to know what his last hours were like. If he was in pain, if he woke up at all while I wasn't here. Tanya's smile tightened. You'll have to wait till morning. There's been a delay in documentation. Hospital protocol. Was he conscious at all before he passed? I pressed, not sure why this suddenly mattered so desperately. No, Mrs. Parker. He wasn't responsive after admission. Her eyes slid away from mine. He wouldn't have known. Full story on channel, link below. Watch what happened next.